Hey, welcome back, guys. It's Robert Rule of 2 Review here, and today we've got tons of great Smash Brothers news. Alrighty, so as I mentioned earlier, today, Tuesday, April 8th, was the day that Nintendo had done their Smash Brothers-centric Nintendo Direct, speaking about all sorts of great info, focused very much on Smash Brothers, both for the Wii U and the 3DS. It just wrapped up about an hour or so ago, so I figured I would touch on some of the details, kind of go over my own sort of opinions and viewpoints about all the news from today. So as you can imagine, a lot of info was dropped on us through this Nintendo Direct. It's been a while since a Nintendo Direct, so I kind of like how on occasion they'll do one focused very specifically on a big upcoming game. They did one for the Wonderful 101. I don't think they did one specifically for Pikmin 3, but they did one that had a whole section that was kind of dedicated towards Pikmin 3 and all sorts of good stuff. Today was all Smash Brothers, again, both the Wii U and 3DS versions, which is pretty cool. So probably the biggest, or at least most immediately relevant news is simply the fact that we got not quite launch dates for the games, because that would just be crazy, but we did get launch windows for the games. And even more specifically, what we've learned is there are two different launch windows for the games, basically meaning they are both coming out in different times. This is something that I think we'd all wondered if that was something that was going to happen. Were they both going to launch at the same time, or were they going to launch in different times? If they launched at different times, which one would launch first? Which would launch second? Which one would make sense to launch first? Which one do we want first? Which one could sell the more, be the most successful? Would it be earlier or later that each version came out? I mean, there's tons of questions we had about that. Today, we got almost all the answers. So, of course, the details are this summer, this is all we were told, this summer, the 3DS version of Smash Brothers will be launching, and this winter, 2014, so for the holiday, Smash Brothers for the Wii U will be launching. Going into this news, I think that if I were to have had an opinion or a preference, just simply because we all want that Wii U console version, that beautiful HD next-gen looking version, as soon as possible. I certainly wanted that version first. I want it the most. But I'm willing to bet that there might have been a small fear from Nintendo that releasing them at the same time or releasing the Wii U version first might have hurt the sales of the 3DS version, because of course, if people were going to pick one or the other, you'd have to think most gamers are going to pick the Wii U, the console version. However, if they released that 3DS version first, these sly frickin' bastards, of course, in anticipation for the console game, even though they're basically, we know, going to be the same, in anticipation for that console game, and just because it's new Smash Brothers to have in our hands right away, we're all going to pick up the goddamn 3DS version first. We will, whatever, if it's, June, August, July, whenever it comes out, we're all going to get it. So I'm certainly really excited. I don't want to downplay my excitement for the 3DS version, especially given some other news that relates specifically to that one that I'll get at in a minute as well. But I know that there was a theory I had heard on IGN a while ago where they thought releasing the Wii U version first would be best because it would drive the sales of the Wii U and that version earlier. And at the time, I agreed with it. But after today and thinking about the decision, I actually am okay with what they've done. I think this is probably the smarter move, because regardless of when the Wii U version comes out, that shit is going to sell. It's going to sell like crazy, and it's going to sell units. And the Wii U, Jesus, man, between Mario Kart coming out next month in May, and now Smash Brothers, the Wii U version, coming out this winter, and then whatever else we know is going to be coming. I mean, there's going to be a lot of Wii U sold this year. I don't care what any naysayers say. It's just a simple fact. I myself, as a diehard Nintendo fan and Wii U fan, of course, am thrilled with that. So, I know not everyone is a Nintendo or Wii U fan. That's okay. However, I myself am. So I am really, really pumped for this news. I think it's going to be great. So the 3DS version, what's really interesting to note, again, we know next month in May, we're going to get Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. And then sometime in the summer, which would be, May, June, July, August, we're going to also get Smash Brothers in the 3DS. So excluding the fact that we don't even know about release dates for games like Yarn Yoshi or Bayonetta 2 or X, I'm sure one or a few of those are going to come out also in that summer period. We're going to have a lot of Nintendo games to be playing from Nintendo between Mario Kart and Smash Brothers. And then, of course, X and Bayonetta being exclusive games for the Wii, exclusive third-party games for the Wii U. And then, the 3DS always has tons of shit coming out, so who knows what's going to come out there. Pretty exciting few months when you consider that. So another big piece of news that I'm also pretty thrilled about was the reveal that there was basically a few new characters revealed. Yoshi was revealed. two Pokemon were revealed as characters, and I'm a big fat jerk because I actually don't have their names in front of me. I'll try to pull it up while we're going here. But it was cool to finally get Yoshi revealed, even though we expected him and he's been in all the previous games. One thing that I am really excited about is that they've announced that both Zero Suit Samus and Sheik are going to be their own individual selectable playable characters. They're not going to be relegated just to transformations from Zelda and Samus, I guess reverse respectively, because I did reverse that. And I think that that's actually pretty cool. Mostly because, again, as a Metroid and Samus fan, I like the idea of being able to play both Various Suit Samus and Zero Suit Samus. And it was a neat little kind of gimmicky thing in Brawl where you could switch between the two by using the final smash, or there was a secret where you could actually start the match with Zero Suit Samus, and that was certainly neat. But I always felt, man, I just wish I could just select one or the other. I just wish I could always be Zero Suit Samus and maybe not worry about my final smash changing what character I'm playing. And now they've done that. Sheik, same way. Sheik and Zelda play so very differently. And although I think they really worked being able to switch back and forth, I think that this is awesome news and a very smart decision to make them individual characters. It fattens up the roster, and it means you can have a way more dedicated moveset to each character and focus on just one or the other in a match as opposed to switching between the two. I think that's pretty cool. Sorry, I meant to pull up who those Pokemon were, so let me do that really quickly here. Okay, it looks like it is Charizard and a Pokemon called Greninja. Now, I am not, surprisingly, even as a huge Nintendo fan, I'm actually not the biggest Pokemon fan. Not that I really have anything against it, I just don't know much about it. I only know the basics and the very well-known stuff. So I, of course, am familiar with Charizard. I don't know who the crap Greninja is. He's probably awesome. I'm sure that, Smash Brothers fans and Pokemon fans are excited about him. That's really cool. What's interesting is here's something else I'm reading in this article, in this reveal. It says Charizard and Lucario, a previously announced Pokemon, have mega evolutions which alter their form. So Lucario, I know, was available as a playable character in Brawl. Charizard, of course, was one of the 3 Pokemon trainer characters you could play as. So I guess that you're saying Lucario was another already announced Pokemon character. I didn't really know that he was also coming back. And I guess they have these mega evolutions of their form. So I guess they can maybe change characters and how they fight throughout the matches. So that's pretty cool. I think that's neat again mostly for Pokemon fans who are also Smash Brothers fans. I totally get the appeal, even though it's not my thing. So hey, if that's what you're excited for, then game on. Okay, and the last pretty important piece of news that I feel I'm going to touch on today's video is some of the multiplayer announcements about how multiplayer is going to work. Now, this is pretty cool, and I'm actually really, really excited for this. The first thing I'll touch on is a multiplayer mode that is exclusive to the 3DS. It's called Smash Run, and it kind of is like it's sort of like I can't remember what it's called now, where you're basically just fending off waves of enemies, stuff that like Halo and certain other shooter games are kind of very much known for these kinds of modes when it comes to multiplayer stuff. So I'm going to read a little excerpt of the description of Smash Run for you. Again, exclusive to the 3DS version. Okay, so Smash Run pits 4 players against each other in a sprawling dungeon full of randomized enemies, including Goombas, Shy Guys, and other notable Nintendo villains, in a battle to collect stat-boosting power-ups as quickly as possible. Treasure chests and enemies can improve your speed, jump, strength, defense, special move effectiveness, and more, which comes into play after the Smash Run timer runs out. After 5 minutes of exploration, 2 to 4 players, local or online, go head-to-head in a standard Smash battle using their newly acquired stats. Those who've collected more bonuses, of course, improve their chances of winning. Additionally, you can equip items, blah, 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 and that's pretty much most of the details there. So that is pretty damn cool. I'm not going to lie. I think that sounds like a lot of fun. It just adds so much strategy to the already pretty heavy, intense, and strategic Smash Brothers combat when you're very good at the game. And the idea of spending some time not having to fight each other, but probably having a pretty good time fighting all these other enemies and fighting to get these treasure chests and get the best power-ups, and then you get to go head-to-head based on how much you were able to basically level grind your character within a 5-minute period. I think that sounds like a lot of fun. And I'm sad it's not coming to the Wii U version, but I think it's going to be great for the 3DS version. My personal theory is that because there is this one exclusive multiplayer mode for the 3DS version, that we're probably bound to get a different, all-new, completely exclusive multiplayer mode for the Wii U version, and that they haven't talked about yet today. Since we know we're going to have another 4, 5, 6 months for when the Wii U version comes out during the winter, that certainly will give a lot more time for Nintendo to reveal more secrets and more things about the Wii U version that might actually differ from the 3DS version. Okay, and further adding to the multiplayer news that came out from today, this is something that applies to both versions, and this is something else I think is also pretty cool. There's basically two ways to play, whether you're online or offline. So if you're with local friends or when you're playing online, there are two modes, and one is called for fun, one is called for glory. I think those are great, very appropriate names when you think about Smash Brothers fighting and these kind of tournaments and stuff. So pretty cool. And I'll read the excerpts now about this to kind of further explain exactly how these will work. So. Players will be able to play online with friends as well as other users in a handful of different multiplayer modes. Online multiplayer without friends comes in with or without friends comes in two distinct forms: for fun and for glory. For fun mode only records players' wins, pits opponents against each other in random stages, excluding the final destination stage, by the way, and includes all the items. For glory, on the other hand, levels the playing field for competitive players by removing items entirely and setting every match on a final destination version of certain levels. I'm not quite sure what that means yet. Wins and losses are both tracked in your For Glory record. So what's neat is there's two records being kept, one for all your For Fun matches and one for all your For Glory matches. For Glory is obviously kind of the hardcore fighters sort of mode. I like the fact that not only does it track wins, but it also tracks losses. That's great. That's kind of the equivalent of your KDM in like a Call of Duty game, which as a Call of Duty player, I really like that stuff. So For Glory sounds great. The thing I don't like is that it has to remove all the items. I wish that wasn't sort of a stipulation for the For Glory mode. I'm sort of disappointed by that. The other thing, like I said, it mentioned is every match is going to be on a final destination version of certain levels, quote unquote. I know what the final destination map is, which is removed completely from the For Fun mode, but I don't quite know what that means when it's final destination of certain level. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds like a very specific sort of way to experience and play, the For Glory mode. For fun, it sounds really cool. You pretty much can do whatever you want. You've got all the items. No final destination mode, and it doesn't track your losses, but it tracks your wins. So you're still doing your own sort of online leaderboard tracking and keeping tally of exactly how good you are and successful you are in each mode regardless. I think it's fantastic. It's a wonderful way to separate the kinds of players, and it gives people a surprise. Even though it's only two modes, it's a surprisingly wide breadth of playability. So you can really choose how and what you want to be playing whenever you want, and you're still getting separate stat tracking between the two modes. I just think that that's really, really cool and really fun. It makes me very excited for the heated competition we're going to be doing for a long time once both of these versions are out. It'll be really interesting to see if these leaderboards are going to be kind of ubiquitous between the 3DS leaderboards and the Wii U leaderboards. Since they've joined the Nintendo network between both platforms, I'm willing to bet they will. And I think that that's going to be really cool because I'm sure there's going to be some sort of sync feature between the 3DS version and your Wii U version. So really, really excited to see how this all plays out. Between all the characters revealed, Zero Suit Samus and Sheik and stuff, Yoshi, the news about the launch windows, which ultimately I'm very excited about, and the fact that all these new multiplayer modes sound really, really cool. I thought this was a fantastic Nintendo Direct. I love all the stuff. There's a lot of videos and stuff that are popping up, replaying a lot of the Nintendo Direct you can find online. So keep an eye out for that stuff. But overall, I'm a pretty big fan of all this information and everything happening with one of the biggest games of the entire year. So what do you think? Are you a Smash Brothers fan? Are you excited for this game? Are you not? Do you think this news is good news, bad news? What do you think about all of it? I mean, we're probably, most of us, Smash Brothers fans. Most gamers are. So I'm really curious to find out exactly what you guys think about this news and what you like and what you maybe don't like. Alrighty guys, well that's it for the Smash Brothers and Nintendo Direct wrap-up news for today. Like I said, I'm personally really stoked. Great news, so hopefully you're stoked as well. Keep an eye out on the internet because there's lots of other information and videos coming out from today's Nintendo Direct, so make sure you're looking for that stuff because it's all really cool and really fun to watch. Of course, if you like what I'm doing and you like Rule 2, you can you can subscribe to the channel and like and share the video and share your comments and your thoughts below. You can find a lot of my videos and other great gaming content on freeforgeeks.com and follow the links below for my Facebook page at Rule of Two Review, freeforgeeks.com, as well as their Free for All podcast. Lots of good stuff and gaming goodness for you to find below. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, I'll catch you next time.